I grew up in, like I said, Southern California. The neighborhood that I lived in was, when I was little, it was great. When I got to be a teenager, it was kind of seedy. Yeah, you know what that means. And so, you know, I was walking home from school one day and I was stopped by some officers and they wanted to know what I was doing on that street. I was in the 7th grade, so I was about 12. And I was trying to explain to them that I was going home, but apparently I looked guilty or suspicious or nervous. I was fidgeting, I don't know, probably shaking. I had never been approached by an officer before, especially without my parents, and so they had me stand there on the side of the road. Actually, they had me sit on the curb, and they asked if they could check my things. So they took my backpack, and in the meantime, a female officer came up, and they had her search me. And as she was searching me, I started to cry. And, you know, she was not fazed by it at first. And then she started to ask me questions. What are you doing over here? I said, I don't know. They told me to stay here. No, why are you here in this neighborhood? Because I live here. I was walking home from school. At that moment, I realized that her spirit spoke to my spirit because she just kind of paused and she looked at me. I saw her see me. And when she seen me, she turned around. And I can only imagine what my mother must have felt prior to this situation. I got it, I understood. She turned around, she faced her officer, her
fellow officers.
Her fellow officer, her co-workers, her peers. She faced them and she gave them the business, y'all. She did. She took my backpack back from them and she told me to go home and she told me to share what happened with my mother. Proverbs 31, verses 8 and 9 remind us that we should open our mouths, open thy mouth for the dumb in the cause of all such as are appointed to destruction. Open thy mouth, judge righteously, and plead the cause for the poor and needy. That is my experience. That's my first experience where I remember not just finding a woman, but being found and seen by a woman.
That's beautiful. You know, Proverbs 31 has a lot of virtues for us as women. In Proverbs 31:20, it says, "See, she stretcheth out her hand to the poor, yea, she reacheth forth her hands to the needy." I think Tamu has just shared with us a beautiful experience of someone that was willing to do that for her. And there have been women in my life that have been willing to do that for me as well. And I want to ask us, as a sisterhood, are we striving to be there for the needs of our other sisters?